Make one final plea, Mr. President. Millions have put their trust in you. And as you told the nation yesterday, you have felt the providential hand of a loving God. In the name of our God, I ask you to have mercy upon the people in our country who are scared now.
Satan has worked with deceiving power, bringing in a multiplicity of errors that obscure the truth. Error cannot stand alone and would soon become extinct if it had not fastened itself like a parasite upon the tree of truth. Error draws life from the truth of God, and the traditions of men, like floating germs, attach themselves to the truth of God, and men regard them as part of the truth. Through false doctrines, Satan gains a foothold and captivates the minds of men, causing them to hold theories that have no foundation in the truth. Men boldly teach for doctrines the commandments of men, and as traditions are passed on from age to age, they acquire a power over the human mind. But age does not make error the truth, neither does it burdensome weight cause the plant of truth to become a parasite. The tree of truth bears its own genuine fruit, showing its true origin and nature. The parasite of error also bears its own fruit and makes manifest that its character is diverse from the plant of heavenly origin. It is through false theories and traditions that Satan gains his power over the human mind. We can see the extent to which he exercises his power by the disloyalty that is in the world. Even the churches who profess to be Christian have turned from the law of Jehovah and have erected a false standard. Satan has had his hand in all of this, for by directing men to a false standard, he misshapes the human character and causes humanity to acknowledge him as supreme. He works counter to the holy law of God and denies God his jurisdiction. It is at his throne that every evil work finds its starting point and obtains its support. Review and Herald, October 22nd, 1895.
And I saw a strong angel proclaiming with a loud voice, "Who is worthy to open the book and to loose the seals thereof?" Verse 3, "And no man in heaven nor in earth, neither under the earth, was able to open the book, neither to look thereon. And I wept much, because no man was found worthy to open and to read the book, neither to look therein." John has a problem.
God's love is powerful, important. But these false doctrines are very dangerous and should not be accepted, since they destroy the entire understanding of Christ's justifying and sanctifying righteousness. We are facing, this is my opinion, we are facing the shaking and sifting period in the church right now. There are those who are drifting out of a clear understanding of who we are and what we believe. Do not be tempted with false doctrines that take you away from God's remnant church. We have been chosen for mission.
The Jews run the show in the world, not because they want, because that's what God wants. Even though we're a very small community compared to America, 300 million Americans, 5 million Jews. There's no comparison.
Menahem Mendel Schneerson, 1902 to 1994, was a leader in the Chabad Lubavitch movement. He was the Grand High Kabbalist with the title Lubavitcher Rebbe. He was a Russian-American Orthodox rabbi and the most recent Rebbe of the Lubavitch Hasidic dynasty. He is considered one of the most influential Kabbalist leaders of the 20th century. During his lifetime, many of his adherents believed that he was a Messiah. The Kabbalists believe that they have the power and responsibility to summon the Mashiach by doing certain works, or tikkun olam, which we have learned is part of the androgyny and extermination agendas. Grand High Kabbalist Rebbe Schneerson was so powerful and influential that in 1978, the U.S. Congress asked President Jimmy Carter to designate Schneerson's birthday as the National Education Day in the United States. It has been since renamed as Education and Sharing Day. But under the cover of this National Education and Sharing Day, President George Bush Sr. also slipped in Public Law 102-14, which establishes the Kabbalist 7 Noahide laws as the supreme law of the land. Every single president of the United States since has re-signed this bill and nationally honors Rebbe Schneerson's birthday as National Education and Sharing Day. U.S. Congressman William Dennemeyer, who served from 1979 to 1992, warned Christians and publicly stated, "In very basic terms, the law forbids the worship of Jesus Christ and the mention of his name under penalty of death by beheading." He warned there would soon come a day when the Noahide laws will be enforced, along with their penalties. Under the Affordable Care Act, death by guillotine is an actual inclusion for the use of capital punishment. Just as the Noahide laws were classified under an education bill, death by beheading by guillotine is classified under Medical Code ICD-9 E978 under legal execution.
And the Rebbe pleaded, if only the United Nations will go back to the basics and empower their nation to adopt the 7 Noahide laws, then this world would be a very different world.
Death by firing squad, electrocution, or poison gas. Under a new rule filed by the Trump administration, these methods can now be used to carry out executions for federal death sentences, in addition to lethal injection.
Very much in favor of the death penalty.
We have to bring back the death penalty. They have to pay the ultimate price.
Death penalty. Bring it forth. Again, the words death penalty, death penalty, death penalty, death penalty. From no penalty to death penalty. The death penalty. The death penalty. It's called the death penalty, okay?
The Bible warns us about false prophets in the church. What makes false prophets so dangerous is that they are not outside the church attempting to influence it, they are inside the church. They blend in, often unnoticed.